Hello and welcome back to Jimmy and the Pulsating Mass. This is Bio Enchanted, and today we're going to be exploring a bit further. Now we've got to town of Smile, but first I did do a little bit of grinding off screen, so we have an extra level each for Jimmy, Buck, and also his imagination form, the revolting blob. Also, I got an item while grinding as well in the Cloud Canyon. It's a special item called the Marvelous Coin. We want quite a few of these, but I've forgotten exactly what they do right now, but clearly they were associated with Mr. Marvelous. So let's head into Smile and see what's happening here, shall we? So before we actually go any further and see what's happening with these greenhead guys and the beaver, let's see what Jimmy has to say about this area. Clearly, he quite likes this town, and he's been here before. Sticking with this for reasons. And of course heal up the fountain just to make sure we're all topped up. It's an interesting little photo of the beaver with a friend of his. I believe that was meant to be Miss Robin. Can't get to that information guy yet, so let's just keep talking to these people, shall we? Mr. Marvelous is quite cute. We also have Mr. Grouse over here as well. And Beatrice Mouse. And Cordelia. Time for our new boss fight against the low-level thug. Let's lower their agility first, well, I guess low-level goon. And do a big chunk of damage to them as well. As you can see, this guy has quite a lot more health than the other guys because he is an actual boss fight. Startle him. I just find it fun when fighting bosses to use as many different things as possible against them. Because it's just fun to change up what you're doing in certain fights. And you can see there's a little number there as well that shows that they're still poisoned, and there's a little bubbles. And also on the left, their agility is still low for 2 turns. I quite like that the game does show you that, that's very helpful. And yeah, Buck's tendency to hit twice is quite useful at times. On defeating the low-level thug, or goon, I guess. This one starts with the social aspects of the low-level goon. He works with other goons, and so of course they have a close camaraderie with the other goons. And so they're just having quite a lot of fun being terrible. But of course, like all of these kind of empathy moments, there's also a negative side to being these kind of people as well. I do like the idea that Jimmy understands both how much fun it must be to be a low-level goon, but also he understands where the violence comes from as well. I love Timothy, he's really cool. So she doesn't want us to stick around here. Let's just show off something rather fun that the low-level goon can do. His main thing is he can grab stuff. And he can also grab people as well. This is a shakedown. But of course some people don't like that, so let's not be an arse about it. Let's explore a bit of this area though, shall we, now that we have the shakedown. Also, let's take a look at our skills as this form. So we have similar abilities to Buck. Also, we have a chance to escape as well. I like the little joke as well. True heroes don't retreat, but in this form we're not heroes, so we can just run away. Yeah, we have a 100% chance to escape with that particular form. That's quite good. And also, we can steal with Grift. And also, we have a high five, which allows us to heal another person, which goes into the camaraderie. Something to bear in mind is Buck doesn't have high five. He's just a bully. He's on his own. Jimmy is a thug. That implies that he has a gang to work with. Yeah, we can't go into Mrs. Mouse's room, especially because she is currently unhappy with us. So let's see what's in the rest of this little hotel, shall we? Mr. Cat's somewhat mysterious. Let's see what happens when we shake him, shall we? Yeah, he's somewhat menacing, isn't he? I'm not a fan of Mr. Cat. I don't really know his deal, but we'll find out more about him later on. For now, though, just know he's vaguely menacing. I wonder if there's anything different about this form. No, it's just kind of the same. It's a shame. It would have been nice to have another thing to say in Mr. Cat's room specifically. That would have been cute. Yeah, this tree may have a little crack in it, but it's not one we can put ourselves in. It's just not really anything, that tree. I do quite like the whole shakedown joke though, because the whole thing is that Jimmy is 8, so he doesn't quite... He's heard the lingo of shakedown, but he doesn't actually understand what a shakedown is, and so he's taken it very literally, and I find that quite funny. Can't go down this well, which is a shame, but it's just a well, so let's ignore that for now. This boot's interesting. Yeah, apparently Mr. Marvelous used to live in this little dump. Doesn't seem to mind though. It's sense of nostalgia for him. Let's see what happens when we shake him down, shall we? I think nothing bothers him, he's just having fun. Also, shakedown can also be used on items, but we'll see that later on. For now, let's do a little bit of shopping, shall we, once we've spoken to this guy. It's just a general tutorial for this guy. So with Mrs. Robin, we can buy some upgrades to our characters. So let's buy a new weapon for everyone, butterfly net for Jimmy, and boxing gloves for Buck. Don't need 11 of them, we only need 2, 1 for each person. And this will be quite useful as well to give to Buck, so Buck can also use first aid. I believe though that these are only usable while you have them equipped. Also, we can buy these little items as well, windmill and some barrels. And there's also some items as well, but we don't really need anything right now. Now here we're actually seeing the start of quite a few little side quests as well. Well, side stories. And here we are at Mr. Beaver's house. Let's look around a bit, shall we? I like the implication that there's a little bit of a logic to what he's doing. On the drink? I'm actually kind of curious how he reacts. Aw, that's a cute one, that. I like the specific thing as well, that was a small base space built in a small space. And this is a large space built in a small space. Clearly Mr. Beaver has evolved. And we have a grate as well. Let's see what happens, shall we? Mr. Beaver's theme. Well, at least Smile's theme anyway. Now we've done with the tour, because we've seen all the rooms in Mr. Beaver's house. Nice little place. We've done our shopping as well, so let's go over here to the bank now. So yeah, let's deposit some of our money, shall we? We only have $33, but let's put it in. Because we don't have anything else to buy right now, at least. We can kind of go without for now. We've at least got the upgrades we needed. Mr. Grouse wants to grow his banking business. Well, we'll wish him luck for that while we equip all of our upgrades. Give Buck the first aid manual just so that he can also heal. So it's always good to have as many people able to heal as possible. Also, you can see Buck's attack is way higher than even Jimmy's low-level goon form. That's because the low-level goon form isn't really an attack-based form. its primary stat, as we'll see here, is actually luck, which essentially means that as the low-level goon levels up, because it increases Jimmy's luck, it increases his chance of critical hitting. I love Timothy Mouse, and we'll see why as we see things go, but this is clearly Mrs. Robin's house, now that we've met her. Clearly she has a thing for the beaver. So now let's leave Smile, and see what this next area is like, which is quite a big area, hence the name Giant Garden. I love Timothy wanting to explore himself, that's very cute. So we're going to stick to the goon for now, as we explore in these areas. This is a bit of a dead end, but this is kind of the gimmick of this area. There are these holes in the central area that we can use to navigate around. But hole 2 currently leads to nothing. And here's also something that's quite fun with the grift ability Jimmy has in this form. He can steal, and you can actually decide what you want to steal as well. So let's steal Mortimer's money. Stealing is going to be very useful in this game, because there are a lot of items that we want to get. And it also helps us get a lot more money as well. And of course, if we shake the Scarecrow, we actually get some little advice as well. Before we go into hole 7, let's see what's up here. Hole 6. Let's see where 6 goes first. This is an interesting little place. It's also very dark. I quite like as well that you can't actually see what we're fighting in here. That's pretty fun. We can still kind of guess though based on what the items they have and from the position of the eyes, which I quite like. We can tell that these are the same two turtles, just the other way around. And of course, after a while, your eyes adjust and you can see what you're fighting. As you can see, we're taking quite a lot of damage though from these enemies, so we have to be quite careful here. That's why I've given everyone first aid. Doesn't heal much though, it only heals 25%. We're still need to be quite careful there. But yeah, for now, this is quite a long area. There's not really much in here. And it's also quite dangerous in here as well. And yeah, Jimmy can high-five himself, which is cute. But yeah, this is why we're leaving here, because these enemies are dangerous in here right now. Did get a coin though, that's nice. Now let's just quickly flee. So I do not want to deal with that area right now. There's not really anything we can do there anyway. Let's get back our health, because that was scary. Let's see what number 7 takes us to though, before we explore more of number 6. And this is what we were fighting earlier, Buddy B. Cute little bee, and of course we're coming to get the honey, aren't we? For the cake. So let's see where 7 leads us to. Yeah, they say it can be a little confusing at first, but eventually you kind of get the hang of the place. Let's see if we can move this statue, shall we? Nope, can't do anything with the statue, fine. Hole number 8. That's ominous. Can't go move on from here though. Yeah, these are very ominous scarecrows. These eye plants are not helping. And here's the other side. This is where hole 6 came out as well. So because this area's beaten us up quite badly, this is back at the beginning, so let's just quickly heal before we move any further. Once I've stolen something from the skitter. Because the skitter has a very special item that I want to get. Oh dear, this guy. But as you can see, the stuffed skitter is a very kind of difficult thing to steal, so let's quickly magnificent combo bad weather to get rid of them. They do a lot of damage. Oh, there we go. I'm not going to grind for this item, but I may steal it off screen if I don't make it in this thing. At least we're getting level ups, which is nice. Let's quickly nip out of here though to get a little bit more health because that was dangerous. I don't want to tempt fate too much, but also we have more money anyway now from doing that, so buy some healing items and put that money in the bank, just in case something stupid happens. Oh, we can only carry up to 10 of each item, so bear that in mind. Now we've maxed out on apps on a log though. Let's go to the bank. So let's continue exploring that area now. So back into hole number 6. No, number 7. 6 was, I think. Just double checking. No, this was still the area we were in earlier, so that's fine. I do quite like that kind of counts as the cloud babies getting killed, that's quite fun. Now, because of how much experience we're getting, I'm going to do something interesting here. I'm going to switch to him, because we need just a little bit more imagination experience with Revolting Blob before we get to level 5, and we can see what it does when you get to level 5 in this. Of course, it means we won't be able to steal from the skitter yet, but yeah. Not going to worry about that, I just want to get this extra level. There we go, now we have a new skill. So if we go to the active skills, we can now, we can't equip anything from here, but we can equip Sticky Phlegm as one of our active skills. As you can see, we can now use that as any form, because when we learn a skill from one form, we can then apply it to another, which is very cool. I may not end up exploring this entire area because it is very big and very easy to get lost. But I'll be exploring where I can. Yay, got the Skitter, don't have to worry about that anymore. We'll see what those items do later on, but for now just know it's very important to have as many as you can. We have a little thing here. I'm going to keep on him as well for now because he's relatively low level. These flower fields are quite interesting. And we also have a number 1 here as well. This leads us to these other holes. We can also shake these trees and get heals, which is very cool. This is it's very useful to have this character. We can't really do much here. This is just a hub area, but we'll be able to do something here later. For now, let's just go back and see what these other holes go to. Double experience. Nice. And also extra attack for Jimmy. That's very nice to have because Jimmy is quite weak at this point. Yeah, there's a lot of bad things it seems coming towards from the north. It's always nice that some items are 100% chance. I also quite like that it's not like Final Fantasy 9 where items can just kind of come and go based on like just pure luck, where sometimes you might just get the crap item instead of the good one. You can actually just pick which item you want and the item itself has its own thing. That makes it a lot less frustrating. Because it means every time you attempt to do something, you'll at least have a chance of getting the item you're trying to get. As you can see, we're back over here now. So let's find our way back to that flower field, shall we? Yeah, I've not memorised this layout at all, so I'm not... So we'll just get to the flower field, which is around... this way? Fortunately, the frequency of bees doesn't really tell us the likelihood of us actually arriving where we're trying to get to. Of course, we guess from the flower field that's where we're trying to get to, because it's a very unique looking area. But, yeah, I'm still getting a lot of upgrades and level ups and stuff, so it's always nice to have extra ones of those, because at this point we are very, very weak. There's the flower field, we need to find hole number 1. So, fine. Yeah, the main problem with this area is it is very confusing, but here we go, this is more like it, the flower field, we're back. Let's avoid that this time and just go up here, shall we, to the hive. What I've been looking for from the beginning. Yeah, book has a history with these bees, not surprising. So yeah, we have our main thing here. This game actually has a fairly strong undercurrent of rot, of corruption essentially, and they have kind of introduced it here with the bees warning us that something bad's coming from the west. And we've already heard about that from the scarecrows as well, from the fetid winds to the south and everything like that. Let's see what's up here, shall we? So let's take out these bees first, because of course they're protecting the flower. It seems the flower wants to join in too, which is interesting. So I've taken care of them, the flower itself is all that's left. As you can see, the flower has quite a few tricks up its sleeve. Can't steal anything from it, so let's bully the sunflower, shall we? This is why I'm glad I found that item as well to increase Jimmy's attack power, because he's now doing a lot more than he would have been, and given the flower can heal, the more damage we do, the better. Let's have Buck his first aid, that's why I bought it. Because if he can heal, it's only fair we can as well. A lot of experience for that one, though. The flower kind of represents looking after others at the expense of yourself, given how that little imagination sequence went. But of course, we can... something very useful with this form as well, though, is every time we level up, it increases our health and MP by 3. Now, it's not 3%, that's just 3, which means it'll be very powerful, even this early. So let's use our special power. That's pretty cute, I quite like the flower's whole thing. But now we can do that, there's other things we can do as well. So let's seek out... we did see some very useful little flower spots. We could actually... now we can do stuff with them. Which means... Shortcuts. Now we can get out really quick from that direction. But let's see what this other one leads to, shall we? This was an area we couldn't get to before. And we needed the flower to get here, so obviously we needed the flower to actually escape this place. So let's finally be able to go to the west. Well, as you can see, when they called it the Wilted Lands, they were not kidding around. But before we actually go to this area, which is a very nasty place, the Wilted Lands, let's see what's to the north, shall we? Across the Rainbow Bridge. In the clubhouse. Now this is why we wanted all that furniture. Because that's what those little items we were collecting were, they are furniture. Clubhouse gives us a free healing thing. As well as shows us what sets we do. Because essentially, the way this works is you place furniture in the clubhouse. And also, what it does is it increases our base attacks. So if we put the barrels here, we have an extra attack power point. And let's also put the windmill here, which is pretty cool. The rustic set's its own little. That's the rustic set. We've got we've got half the rustic set, which is the windmill and barrels. But we also have some of the monster set, because we stole that thing from the stuffed skitter, which gives us some extra agility, quite a lot of it too. And there's 5 of the fuzzy set. And with the rare set, we have the happy little end table as well to increase our magic attack. For the floral set. Now that's increased our stats quite a bit. It's not particularly obvious, but it has done. There's your agility, which is going to be very useful. Also, we can use the bank from here as well. He's already expanding. Let's deposit all of our money. Oh, that's withdrawing, I'm an idiot. Let's deposit all of our money, because oh no, yeah, I've got $17 left, that's fine. I was just being... There we go. No, my money is in the bank. Yeah, I thought I got it backwards, but I haven't. Fine. And this jukebox gives us a new thing, but also allows us to pick what sounds play as well. Which is quite cool. But that's just that for the clubhouse. It's a very cute little thing, and it's also very powerful, as we've seen, because now we have a lot more points. So next time, we'll head into the Wilted Lands, and see what the cause of this corruption is. What's causing this ill wind that they've mentioned before. I'll see you then. Goodbye. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and check out my Patreon as well. Speaking of, thank you to James Rossi for supporting me on Patreon.